Hello everyone, West Country Explorer here. Now today I'm going for a little walk through the countryside from Shaftesbury to Donhead St Andrew and back. And I thought I'd just do a little video of my little stroll through the countryside. So hope you enjoy, guys. I know I certainly am. I'm at the top end of Winkham Lane in Shaftesbury at the start of my walk. When I first moved to Shaftesbury about 18 months ago, this lane was slightly different, this section of lane. All that wall and pavement wasn't there. So what I'll do is, if I stand about here, so where I'm standing now, sort of in a rough line like that, was a hedgerow, similar to a hedgerow on the other side. And it was a very narrow lane. Certainly wasn't quite tarmac like this. But what there is, I mean, these houses were all here. But just coming up here on the left is a new housing estate. So in the process of being built. So obviously this road's been widened and all the rest for the new housing estate. So yeah, houses constantly being built, going up, things changing. There you go. And that over there is where I work, BV Dairy. Yeah. But our walk's going to carry on along here, along Winkham Lane. So this is the country end of Winkham Lane. The town end is sort of down by Lidl's area in Shaftesbury. As you can see, it comes down here. There's some farmhouses here, but Winkham Lane carries on pretty much straight ahead. You sort of see it going off down there, and if you follow, just keep following it, you eventually come out to Winkham. But the route I'm going to take is along here. Now about, well, best part of 2 years ago now, yeah, it would have been sort of very tail end of March 21, so yeah, about 22 months ago, I went on a long walk with one of my nieces. We went from Winchester. She walked as far as Castle Carey, where she then had to get a train home, but I carried on a bit further to Glastonbury. But we did come through Shaftesbury that walk. Walked along the Ridgeway from Salisbury, dropped down into the Donhead, and I actually walked from the Donhead along this route that I'm doing now into Shaftesbury, and obviously sort of carried on. So I've got some fond memories of walking along here. Obviously that walk that we did, that was a few months before I eventually moved down to Shaftesbury myself. So at that time when we did that walk, I didn't know for definite that I was going to end up living in Shaftesbury. I had an idea I might be coming to the area, but didn't know for definite. Here we are at a nice wooded part of the walk. Like I said, still on the outskirts of Shaftesbury, sort of the very, very outskirts. Well, I mean, I say the outskirts, but I mean, sort of the area where I live, sort of Great Ground, these are all like estates that have only sort of been built in the last sort of few decades and all the rest. I mean, go back to sort of the 1970s, something like that. So I mean, that's not that long ago, what, 50 odd years ago. Sort of all the like the housing estates around where I live just wouldn't have existed. It would have been like fields and all the rest. So people living in Shaftesbury back then would have considered these woods to be quite a bit out of town. You know, they probably wouldn't have described this as being on the outskirts of town like what I would. I mean, the way sort of towns are growing and all the rest almost makes you think, how long before those fields there are housing estates? You know, the way things are going, it's only a matter of time. Probably not in my lifetime, these fields being built on, but you just never know. You never know nowadays. The way the population's increasing. I mean, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it does make you wonder. But no, this is out in the countryside still. Little bit of a crisscross of tracks here now. I suppose all these different tracks have been quite regularly used in the olden days. I reckon, looking at it, I reckon that must have been a bit of a well-used track going down into the valley at some point. Not so well used nowadays by walkers by the looks of it. Now, since I've been living in Shaftesbury, this section that as far as I've walked now, I've done this bit quite regularly, like just for like an evening stroll, that kind of thing. But like I said, it's been almost 2 years since I've walked this bit that I'm going to walk now. So yeah, like I said, a lot's happened in the last couple of years, and mostly good stuff. I'd say 98-99% good stuff. Here we are, coming up to a crossroads. Well, a crossroads of footpaths. Would it be called cross paths? And according to the map, this is known as Wind Whistle Corner. Now, I'm gonna make a guess that it got its name because the wind whistles through here. That's what I'm gonna guess. If any of my viewers, if any of you guys know the definitive reason why this is called Wind Whistle Corner, let me know in the comments. You probably won't. Probably not many people who are watching this video know this exact spot. Oh, actually, no. I'm going to show you this, right? Little bit of red ribbon there. As I've been walking along, I've noticed there's a few, like, sort of little, would you call that a branch or a twig? I suppose that's somewhere between a twig and a branch. So, but anyway, I've seen little red ribbons tied to little sort of branches like that. That's probably the third, fourth one I've seen. Does anybody know the significance of those little red ribbons? Why that's done? Is there any significance to that, or is it just something that people do on a whim, a bit of a whimsy? So there you go. If there's a reason to that, feel free to let me know in the comments. Oh, here we go. Here's a gate. What I'll do is if I come to this gate, there you go. Views are open up a bit. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Very nice. Right, so here's the main footpath. That's where I've just walked along. and goes along there. But I'm going to come off the main footpath onto this little footpath here that goes through the woods. If I can get my leg over. That's probably not the kind of thing you want to say to a lady. Oh, if I can get my leg over. Alright then, I vaguely remember this. This is this bit there. It's coming back to me, this route. Crumpets, yeah, I mean, the reason I'm saying crumpets like that is, even though it's been nearly 2 years since I've walked along here, the second I've started walking along here, the memory of walking along here before has really come back, really vivid memories. And oops, excuse me, it does surprise me sometimes how vivid memories can come back after such a long time. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twizzle around now. I don't know how well you can see it, guys, but sort of in the ground there's various sort of stones and that. And the way those stones have been put there, it's to my mind, it's quite obvious that in the past people have put the stones out to make up like a proper sort of road, pathway and all the rest. So we'll probably see it better now as I might pan down. So it's quite, looking at the ground, it's quite, to my mind, it strikes me as though this was quite a main route, a very well used route in the past, probably in previous centuries. To my mind, yeah, it had been used well enough to warrant people sort of putting stones and that there to make it a bit substantial, sort of like their equivalent of a road. That makes sense. But the state it's in today is, as you can see, it's probably not used as regularly as it once was in the past. Probably just used by the occasional walkers nowadays. Just come across that field, and the public footpath comes along through here. Here we go, down here. Just as well I'm wearing wellies, in it, guys. Look at that, because this is where the public footpath goes. So right. How sensible is it for me to record while I'm crossing? Hang on a minute. Right, there's a gate here, so if I rest on the gate, there we go, up I do. Right, slowly and steady. There we go. I reckon they obviously don't get enough people coming along here to warrant spending money on a little bridge across that street. Because it's not just a case of building the bridge, it's also the maintenance as well. Right, there we go. So there's that. And up this hill. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. Alright, and there we go. I wasn't able to get my camera out in time, but as I was walking across the field towards this little area, a young deer ran from there, shot across here and down that way. Well, like I said, I didn't get my camera out in time to record it, unfortunately. Not to worry. Sheep in field, dogs on. Oh, there's no sheep in the field at the moment. Well, there's some up there in that field. Oh. I was starting to feel a little bit discombobulated, wondering if I'd followed the right footpath on the map or if I'd accidentally gone off along a wrong footpath. Now, thankfully, this is one time when modern technology is coming good. I've checked on Google Maps and I'm on the right place, in the right area. Right, what's this all about? Yeah. All good. Lovely, lovely. Alright, so go along there. That'll get me to where I want to go. I'm coming into Donhead St Mary. While I'm in part of Donhead St Mary, I'm going to follow footpaths to another part of it. Alright then. Again. Right then. Oh. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Oops. What the? Alright, okay. Let's go and have a look at this then, guys. This is random. Is there any plaques or anything? Oh. Very strange. I wonder what it's all about. Somewhat random in a field. Right, that's the church, that's where I'm heading for. So I think what I need to do is if I follow on up here. I think this is a general direction to go in. But yeah, that is very random. Not sure it's a statue, but I don't know what overall it's about or why. Just why? I don't understand. Some ponds here. So just over there is that statue on the plinth that I went past. Little statue here on the side of the pond. Hello, ducky ducks. Ah. Oh, there can you see them? Yeah, there we go. Happy little ducky ducks. Here we are at Donhead St Mary Village Hall. A while ago, summer before last, I did do a video on the two Donheads. If you fancy watching that, you can go and have a look-see. So there's the church tower there. They're quite nice little villages. So what I'll do is cut through here. Oh, I'll tell you something guys, I'm starting to get a bit peckish. This little stroll has worked up a bit of an appetite. That's why I just briefly stopped recording because guy came along. Didn't fancy getting him in shot. Respect his privacy. Right then, what I'm going to do is going to make my way to Donhead St Andrew. The pub should be open, so I'm going to get a cold drink in that. And have a look at their menu, maybe get a bit of food. I remember this bit well, coming along here. It's only about a quarter of a mile between St Mary and St Andrew along the footpath. I'll tell you something, it's a lovely little route to take. I can imagine this would be absolutely fantastic spring, summertime to walk along here. Sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. Hello, sheep. What are you looking at? Yeah. Don't worry, mate, I'm walking away. Mm. Oops, sorry. Sounds like there's some kind of hedge trimming work or something going on. Ah, I can see some gardeners over there. Yeah. Noisy old people. There's all work that's got to be done. Oops, a daisy. There we go. Right, here we are. Donhead St Andrew's Church. Right, oh, what's this? Alright. Notice board's been taken away for renovations. Right, let's see if the church is open. Be nice if it is. Just close the door a sec. Pretty nice and plain and simple. Nothing too extravagant or ostentatious or anything like that. Ooh. Looks like a modern room through there. Oops. What's that? What's that? Oh, ooh, hello. Right then. I think go and find the forester, see if it's open and get a drink. Well guys, just reached Donhead St Andrews, a nice couple of hours or so strolling through the countryside. I've popped into the Foresters, having a pint of ale, so from one of the local breweries, a Grit Cheese Brewery. So I'm gonna enjoy this and then make the stroll home. Well, it's been a lovely walk. It's been absolutely fantastic getting out in the countryside. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and in the meantime guys, as usual, stay safe, take care, and God bless.